All right, so welcome everyone. Good morning, and thank you for coming. So, today we're going to be talking about a raw vegan lifestyle. So, I know for me personally, this seemed impossible. Okay, this seemed something like I could never do. Welcome, Deanna. So, I remember when I was in, this was 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Sorry, 4.5 years ago, I went vegan, which was a big deal. Like that was like pretty big. That was something I never thought I could do, but I did it. And when I went vegan, I started to experience a lot of health benefits and started to really make the connection with what we eat is our mental health, our physical health, everything. So I really opened that seal and started to attract people into my life that were on the same journey or even further along on the journey that were really inspiring me. So two of those people are on this call with me today. It's Fabian from Sweden and Sarah from UK. So we're going to hear their stories in a minute because they were the true catalysts to. I saw Fabian doing these like 21-day juice cleanses. I was like, how is that even possible? Like, how is he still alive and functioning on just juice? And then I saw Sarah, like little glimpses of her life where she was raising her two boys raw vegan and little glimpses of her story where I was like, wow, she lives on watermelon. Like, what is this? Like, this is a next level. So this is 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, actually, when we connected. And it was something that I just thought, okay, they're on another level, maybe in another lifetime. But what happened was this, okay, when I went vegan, I started to attract a lot of other awesome vegans. And one of them was another vegan who was living a lifestyle that was totally next level to me because she was all gluten-free and organic. And I was like, okay, wow, I can maybe do that. So she came into my life and shared with me the ultimate lifestyle transformation, which totally blew my mind because someone like I thought, okay, I had done little glimpses of, juicing for a day, feeling amazing, doing, I would go for actually for our wedding present, we got a juicer 7, 8 years ago, and we were juicing on and off, but never to a point where, that was like the majority of our food. But we would feel the benefits of it. And we would have little tastes of like how it feels to feel really good. But it wasn't until we did this 30-day lifestyle transformation that it unlocked a new level of my superpowers. I was like healing just like it was rapid healing on such a different, like such a deeper level. I had been on medications for mental health before almost my whole life. And I had eczema and IBS, and Jared had asthma and allergies, that we were still dealing with even after we were vegan. And this took us to another level where literally all of our issues just like went away. And what I started to do is go deeper into the raw because all of this is raw, dehydrated, so preserving the living enzymes. It made it easy for me to, do this every day, especially as both of us were working full time. We would not have been able to maintain this lifestyle. And it allowed us to stay consistent. So that's, something that it brought us into our deeper level. And then I reached out to Fabian because I was like, finally, I'm on the level almost of like Fabian. And I was like, I saw that he was doing like 21 days and, I knew he was living overall a very, very healthy lifestyle, but I thought this could really help him to, fill in some of the missing pieces. And especially all of us that were in winter climates, this is something that I thought can really benefit him as I knew he was on that wavelength. So, I reached out to Fabian. I want to introduce Fabian to share his story. So Fabian has been just such an inspiration in my life, and I just would love if you can share a little bit about you. Fabian is a whole food, plant-based, basically raw. You live raw for 2 years now, right, Fabian?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so and he is just healing, he's helping inspire so many people. So I would love, Fabian, if you can share a little bit about your journey here.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. And it's so inspiring, actually, Alison, your story already. This is so beautiful what is actually really happening with this kind of food. So I was already like 6 years vegan on a vegan lifestyle. I was finding myself already fairly healthy, but still leveling up my health with juicing, having had a health challenge more than 10 years ago with an over acidic lifestyle. So yeah, I did this 21 days juice fast. I bought a $700 mastication juicer, right, and was juicing for hours in my kitchen, doing 21 days. And while I was getting some results from that, I was using a lot of time and going through tons of produce that was not easy to find. I mean, like Scandinavia is not the perfect place to actually, like it's all about like, do we live in a perfect world? No, we're not. Most of the people don't. So we have to find a solution for that, right? So it was hard to find good quality ripe fruit, and yeah, investing more time to actually then also clean the juicer and the mess around it every day. It was, yeah, also heavy on my relationship. The noise was annoying, and to say the least. So it was not sustainable to do that for a longer period of time. Yeah, so that's where I started. And then I was like asking myself, hey, this got to be like a better way without all this mess and have better accessibility. So choosing sounds romantic, but it can be really the opposite. So um, soon enough, I found Alison, and she was telling me about these superfoods, and everything changed from then on, because while I still have had this continuously these results, um, I wanted. I had them now on these superfoods, and it's really like liquid sunshine, because ultimately we're looking for this sun energy that is encapsulated in these superfoods. So that was the way for me to go from then on. And it really did not only benefit me, but my whole family. My son loves it. My wife is on it now. She really feels the difference, and has incorporated that in her life. Yeah, so that's basically where I shifted from. I'm still choosing from time to time, but like on a consistent level. And I think, like, if you want to live a lifestyle that um, is working well and sustainable, then you need to have easy, doable things that are clever and that are, yeah, just available. Yeah,
So, and your wife is she's breastfeeding, right? So that must be really
yeah.
easy for her to just have at the ready, as like I know as a busy mom, it wasn't. It's like you can't just go and juice and always be able to go to the store to buy fresh produce every day.
Exactly, and it's so beautiful to know that these are the best quality of whole foods. You don't need to worry about anything. Instead of, like, if we think about produce in the store, you don't know, is this like treated with chemicals? Has it pesticides on it? Is it even fresh? Does it even carry the life force you're looking for? And this is, for so many people, a learning process, that they think they look at something, it's red and it looks ripe, but do they really get the quality of what they're looking for? So yeah, it was very convenient for her to actually just have a shake done in 20 seconds, and that's, you can do it even one-handed while holding your baby, while try to choose like that, it's nearly impossible.
Hmm.
Yeah, so a lot of things changed, and I was like, also this made me think, and I thought like everyone needs to know this. So I'm really excited to help others experience and discover these powerful foods to help them bring the consistency of nutrition into their lives. I think it's all about that, really, to be nourish your body on a consistent level. You don't, it's like brushing your teeth. You don't do this once in a year and then go to the dentist, and they will not be happy about that, right? And you also not. So health is truly wealth to me. And yeah.
And now you're able to help so many people as well. And I think this is so why I locked arms with you is because I knew you had an influence. I knew that you were reaching people already and they wanted your lifestyle, right? And this is a gift that we get to keep on giving. So I know you shared it with Sarah. I'd love you to intro Sarah and uh, and then Sarah to share.
Yeah, this is also like, this also happened like in a most beautiful way. I don't know, even know how we all met, you know, in terms of like when we actually connected. This is so beautiful. And yeah, Sarah is a super maven of raw healing. She's a mom of two beautiful vegan boys. She is truly passionate about passing on her beliefs in a healthy lifestyle and nourishing her children in the very best ways she knows and helping others. So, yeah, she's very knowledgeable and had a tremendous healing journey. She might talk about that soon. So, and she is one of the kindest persons I know, one of my favorite heart centered friends from the UK. She's a detoxification specialist and knows iridology. So, this is very, yeah, this is so incredible to have. And I can shoot her a question or ask her something. She knows about it. So yeah. So yeah, Sarah, are you here?
Hey guys, yeah,
Hi.
thank you for that wonderful introduction, Fabian. It's so great to see you all here today. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Pickersgill. I'm living in the UK, England, and I grew up eating like a lot of us here have, you know, eating what we call the standard American diet, the SAD diet of cooked, processed, high protein, high mucus forming junk. And yeah, so a little bit about me. I was quite a sickly child. I was quite sick as a child. I had reoccurring ear infections, a lot of sinus infections, what they call stomach bugs and things like that. And also I was a deeply shy child. I was very introverted. And as a teenager, I developed more health problems. I wasn't able to digest my food. I felt dizzy and nauseous a lot of the time. I was in and out of the emergency room with panic attacks. So I could see like how over the course of my life, I like the cause and effect of what I was eating and breathing and putting on my skin, how that had an impact, you know, how that sort of built and accumulated disease within my body. And what sort of broke the back for me was 6 years ago, like broke the camel's back for me, to so to speak, was 6 years ago. During my second pregnancy, I had a flu vaccination. And this caused a lot of problems with my autonomic nervous system right away. I started having a lot of problems. I was told that I could have got into cardiac arrest giving birth, which I didn't. But after the birth of my son, my illness grew a lot worse, to where I was bedbound most of the time. Some days I couldn't even lift my head off the ground without losing consciousness. I had swinging blood pressures. So sometimes my heart rate would be so high, like 180 beats per minute, and all of a sudden it would crash so low to under 30 beats per minute. I would be pale, my lips would turn blue, and I would just lose consciousness, just sat still or laid still. I would have to sleep with my legs elevated because I would have been in and out of consciousness like all night. I've had so many out of body and near death experiences. And on top of that, I had to like lay and sit in sort of one position where if I moved my body or even my head slightly, blood circulation would be cut off to my heart, into my brain. I had a lot of swelling on the brain as well. And I would have I would be in trouble if I didn't lay still. All the left side of my body I had some paralysis in the left side of my body, and I had a lot of paralysis and like slurred speech. It was a crazy time, and it just got to the point where, on top of that as well, I was in a lot of severe pain with my transverse colon. I was in and out of the hospital for that, and just one day I just completely broke down, and I didn't want to live in my body anymore. I couldn't understand why at such a young age my body was giving up on me. It was very crazy. I also had a newborn and a 4-year-old, and I just remember praying to God, and I said, if you help me get through this, if you show me a way how I can heal myself, then I'll do whatever it takes. And I just remember the next day I was scrolling through YouTube trying to find some way out of my hell, and I scrolled past a video that talks about the lymphatic system and how to heal your body through raw foods. And as I scrolled past this video, it was a Dr. Morse video, I heard a little voice in my head say, no, scroll back. So I scrolled back and I watched this video, and like I said, it talked all about the lymphatic system, how to heal your body with a high fruit diet, and it talked all about the kidney connection to the lymphatic system, how to eliminate your metabolic and cellular waste. And literally overnight, I went from the standard American diet to a high fruit diet with herbs and green drinks, and it was crazy. Within a couple of days, my heart rate stabilized, my blood pressure normalized, the pain was gone. I was no longer in any pain, and this was in a couple of days. This was within a week. After a couple of weeks, I just grew much, much better. I mean, don't get me wrong, like healing isn't linear. It's not, it's not like, sometimes it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back all the way, because, as your body is detoxifying and stirring up all of these stagnant acids and blockages in there so that it can come out, there's a process involved. It's not, this lifestyle is not a quick fix by any means, but I could see that my body was healing. I was healing what the medical doctors told me I would have for the rest of my life. They told me it would be ongoing and progressive. And fast forward to, I think it was it the beginning of the end of 2019, Fabian and I have been connected on Facebook for some time. And he reached out to me and he told me about this incredible company that were expanding in organic, non-GMO, I think it was agriculture globally. And he told me how these superfoods that they had were healing and impacting so many people's lives. And I was quite excited, and he wanted me to try the superfoods, but I was a bit hesitant because I've been raw for so long. I didn't see how I could feel, any better. I didn't really want to add anything to what I was doing because I was high fruit, high raw at the time. But I think it was about 3 months of him pestering me and following up, and he was like, no, Sarah, you need to look at this. So I looked more into the superfoods, and in the research I found that they were grown all organically. They were all from heirloom seeds. They were non-GMO. And they contained no fillers, no binders, no artificial ingredients, no artificial sugars, or anything like that. They went through I think it was 7 tiers of testing, purity testing. Like, you even had to wear a hazmat suit to even enter the facility. Like, this was not just like the label superfoods. This was food. This was raw, dehydrated properly, fruits, vegetables, herbs, and ancient grains, sprouted grains. And I learned that the owner of the company was also a raw vegan, and he had this vision to create this like ark to heal ourselves and to help other people heal and to help the planet heal. So the more I looked into this company, I was like, okay, I'm going to try. I think it was the 10-day transformation. I'm going to try these superfoods. And, right away, the difference I felt in my energy, it was incredible. Like, the purity of these foods, even after taking them for a couple of days, my cells were craving it. I could feel my cells craving them. They were so, like, the food and produce that we have in our grocery stores and even in our market now is so, the nutrition is so depleted, and it's so heavily sprayed. Even if we get organic produce, the chances of it not having glyphosate on, which is a type of, is it pesticide or herbicide, it's very slim. It's sprayed everywhere. So I had found this incredible way of getting the most nutritious food on the planet into my family. And we saw incredible changes even with our kids. And I remember the first time I got my partner to try it, because he wasn't on like a fully raw lifestyle at the time. He was a bit hesitant. But one morning I'd woke up and he felt like crap. I think he had a lot of sinus trouble and he got a headache. And I ran downstairs at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I made a green drink. I think it was the Power Shake, the green juice. And I said, here, try this. And he was like, oh no, I'm not eating that green crap. Because and I said, honestly, please just try it. And I left it on the side near the bathtub, and I went back into bed, and he must have woke me up around half an hour later, and he came into the bedroom and he was like, what was that? What was that? What was in that? He felt so much better. His head had cleared. He got so much energy. And, from that day on, he has to drink it every day. He takes it to work. He's a builder, and he takes it and he gives it to all his friends, because guys, like, the nutritional content of the food that is available for us now is so depleted. The soil's so depleted. We're being sprayed down by God knows what. So this food, it's next level. It's literally, raw, organic, shelf stable, like survival food. This can last, Alison, is it up to a year or over a year?
2 years shelf stable. Yes. And in the what's so nice is in the US it's all compostable packaging. I know UK still has some plastic, but we're going to be switching to completely plastic free and shelf stable.
So the produce is even home compostable. It's just incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have actually some, oh my goodness, Sarah, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your story. Your story needs to be shared far and wide, because there are, people just don't know. They didn't all stumble upon the same video that you stumbled upon. They're going to stumble upon you sharing this information, and we all can, reach someone. So I think it's just so important that your story is shared, and Fabian's and all of ours that have a healing journey. But your story is so powerful, and you're a true testament, and you've been such an inspiration to me. What is even possible, because our society doesn't tell us it's possible to raise kids like this, and I just love that you're out there and you're a warrior, and sharing your story. So we appreciate you so much, Sarah. Thank you for sharing. I just want to share something about the food. So I just have this, I just pulled up this information. So yeah, it's used to do fasting and other modalities. So you can extend fasting with, especially just even the raw wheatgrass and the raw barley grass actually mimics fasting for people who are doing long extended fasts. Um, you can, so yeah, so now like okay, so the plant powders have been wind dried and cold dehydrated, so not at a heat, to keep all living enzymes intact. When you rehydrate them with water, it is just as fresh as a cold pressed juice and is best if you drink it within 15 minutes. All products have all all products are thoroughly tested for heavy metals as well. So that's really important. And like you said, it's tested 7 tiers for glyphosates and other impurities. And how convenient it is. Like, because as we're all living in sort of northern hemisphere countries, and even for people who are living in the tropics, we were living in the tropics last year. And, even then it's still, we can't, unless we're growing all our own food, which as we know is not possible at this time. And, we're all in stages of being, how we have access to organic produce and everything. But this definitely fills in all those gaps. Jared, did you want to share anything? 'Cause also,
Sure.
by the way, we did a 30-day raw, we did Rawgist for all of August, right? So we experienced that, and now we're living predominantly raw lifestyle. So we live basically raw all day, and then we'll have, usually, but still whole food, plant-based dinner. So, we'll have some cooked food at dinner, but keeping it whole food. You want to share a
Yeah.
little about yours?
So I think like, I was always inspired by people like Fabian and Sarah. I don't think I could keep up. We had a friend and I would see her juice like it looked like 1,000 green apples. I was like, you're doing this all day and like look at this mess. Like I could not do that. It was just out of the realm of possibility. So very thankful that I could have like a power shake and just shake it up in 10 seconds and have this same, if not more, nutritional equivalency. And just something about like why we take something like a biomedic, right? Like pesticides, like people would share something like "let food be thy medicine," right? Which is great. Like you want to apply that and use food as medicine. However, if that food is not organic, you don't know where it's sourced from, is it really medicine? And what we don't understand about pesticides, glyphosate specifically, is it's an enzyme blocker. It stops protein synthesis. So that food might look good, the produce might look good. It doesn't taste as good, honestly, as organic produce, I find, but the nutrition has been deleted out of the food. So I think a lot of vegans, what that happens is they start juicing, they start going raw, and they're not feeling their best. And it's because of that. It's like, and the Biomedic is like a filter, like a water filter, but for food. So it's preventing that toxin from getting into you. And our body behaves, our microbiome, our gut flora behaves very similarly to soil. So if that soil has been deprived of nutrients, then so will our gut. And just living, getting better and better over time, I'm able to witness that this healing transformation that happens, it applies over and over again. People are just learning how to be vegan properly. And like the Power Shake with 210% B12 from plant sources, right there, like you don't need to supplement. The B12 is covered, omega healthy fats, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in there. So it's very simple. And for like a lazy dude like me, I need things simple. I'm not going to be juicing, like, making a huge mess and waking up at 4 a.m. so I could juice. Like, it's not going to happen, but I want that lifestyle. I want the benefits without the hassle. So we found a way.
And if I can share, Jared came from truly standard American. Like I grew up kind of like the standard American, but Jared grew up like McDonald's multiple times a week. They knew his name at McDonald's. Okay, I'll just say that. So
they recognize my mom picking up drive-through.
So, this is accessible to everyone. We want to make this lifestyle something that is not just for people on their deathbed, as maybe Sarah had experienced, like who are like at extreme levels of needing this. We want to make this accessible to be preventable for people who may feel okay right now. But, if you give them this, they can extend their life and they can probably prevent a lot of illnesses later on in life. And we want to make it accessible to everyone around, no matter where they are on their journey. So does anyone have any questions? Because we have our two experts here. We also have a few other people who are joining us actually, who are also within the community. Mary Michelle, I know, is raw vegan and has had an incredible healing journey. And Amy Baker, I would love to hear if you guys want to just pipe in and share a little bit, or if there's any questions from anyone here.
Yeah, I just wanted to subscribe on what you said about the gut health, actually, and a lot of people just don't know about the dangers of glyphosate and other pesticides, actually, and it's all about absorption in your body and the utilization, right? You can put in the best food in your body, and if it does not absorb well, it just goes out the other way, and we want to make sure that the base is really healthy, like as you said that with the soil, right? Nothing grows on unhealthy soil. It's just, you can put in the best heirloom seeds and water it all day long, nothing will happen, right? So it's so important that we understand this world might not be ideal, but we have the tools to actually make the very, very best out of that, and make our vessel really thrive and with the best nutrients that are available. And
yeah, that's such a good point, because a lot of us come, especially because we've been on the standard American diet and we've been on medication and all of the other things, we have compromised gut. We don't realize that actually if you just go right away into living, raw, some people can't even tolerate raw until they repair their gut, or they can't even absorb the nutrition. And so then we have a whole bunch of people saying that raw vegan doesn't work for me, or going vegan doesn't work for me. There's all these other issues. So we need to truly repair the gut. And I just want to answer, Kevin said here, if I only eat fruit, what are options for me? So for someone out there who's a fruitarian, I know a lot of people are frugivore, so they do eat some greens and some sprouted grains and stuff like that, which I think is are really our most optimal diet. But for people who are strictly only eating fruit, there's definitely a lot of, we have Juice Bar in a Bag, which is an amazing package, because it comes with all the different organic superfood juices. I'm drinking one of them right now, which is Biofruit. As Deanna mentioned, yeah, Biofruit is amazing. We have, carrot and all these different ones that are so easy to just add to water and you go. So you have that accessible. You can also add it into, smoothies and other things like that. And we have definitely a few products that are just, perfectly designed for raw. We definitely recommend people start with the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation as a gateway, because as we're talking, as Fabian and Jared were saying, this is the Biomedic, we're repairing the gut. And we also have the herbs for cleansing out the parasites, which sometimes block us from being able to live this lifestyle. And then the aminos. Okay, can we all just do a little shout out about the aminos here? Because I think as a raw lifestyle, these aminos, yes, Deanna knows what I'm talking about. The aminos are just so incredible, because a lot of people don't want to lose weight when they're juicing, or they're fasting, or they're going raw. And that's the big problem why some people don't do it, is because they lose too much weight. The aminos help you to actually maintain your muscle mass and increase muscle mass, and also just give you energy and sort of fill in some of the aminos that you may not be getting from fruit.
Pre-digested, so they don't go through your intestines and create waste unnecessarily. And there's a 99% net nitrogen utilization, where compared to other protein sources, it's like 15 to 20%. So right away, 23 minutes, it's in your bloodstream doing its work. And, we've worked with athletes and people who are very in tune with their body, and they notice significant improvement in their performance with these super aminos. So this is a technology. Look into it. Do some of your own research, because it's profound and it's going to change the world.
Yes, exactly. And thanks for that. Yes, Deanna, they're sourced from non-soy fermented legumes. So technically they are free. They're safe for, like, these are really, you can, like, I think even as a high fruit, this is like, you want to be getting these aminos in your body. And then Silvana, I would suggest starting with the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. So it comes with a grocery list, basically, of everything. It comes with like a meal plan, everything you need to take it optimally. And whoever invited you to this call has $100 gift code for you. So if you're watching this, and whoever sent this to you, if you're watching the replay, or if one of us have invited you, we have $100 off. And that's actually one of the other beauties about this that I just have to touch on, is that not only because what Fabian and Sarah were doing and I was doing already before joining Purium, we were already wanting to help people do this. And this is a way that we can actually share. We have gift cards, so we can help more people go on this path and help more people, which is also a way to create financial health in our life as raw vegans and as this lifestyle. So we want to empower raw vegans to rise and thrive. Does anyone else want to share anything?
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Hi.
Hi, yay. Okay, well, I wanted to touch on the fact that, okay, so I turned raw vegan January 1st. And one of my biggest things was, constantly, am I meeting all my nutrient needs? Am I healthy? Like this constant worry. And that's one thing I absolutely love about this is everything's met. Like you're you're good. So everything's taken care of for the day. So beyond that, you get to just eat what you want. Just completely listen to your body, follow its cravings, and that just makes life so much more enjoyable and relaxing. And but yeah, so I just want to touch on that before I forgot. But to back up a little bit, my story is a lot like Sarah's. I mean, not exactly the same, but I was really, really, really sick, in bed for 4 years. I thought for sure, but I was, totally gonna die. I mean, I felt like I was like 80 in my 20-year-old body. I couldn't walk, and long story short, but I fasted for 10 days at the end of last year. And during that fast, all I wanted was raw fruits and a little bit of vegetables. So that's actually where I shifted and changed. And for me, I was already sharing my words. So like once I became raw vegan and realized how much better I felt, I actually had started a brand new Instagram account because I was like, I have to share this with the world. Like everybody, has to know. So I had kind of made that one of my side jobs. And when I saw Allison post one day about, these superfoods, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I can really share. I can really reach people. I mean, in 1 second, I was like, yes, like I'm on board. This is my answer. I was so, so excited. And at the time I was juicing, and that took a lot of my time. As we all know, I have 6 children and an organic farm. So it was a lot. But not just time. Like I still, like Fabian said, I still juice sometimes my fruit when I want, when it's just for fun, when I'm craving something. But my green juices, I don't know if y'all have calculated it. It was $14 roughly, give or take a little bit, for one glass of organic green juice. And when I realized that it was going to be less than $3 for a green juice, and I didn't have to juice, I didn't have to clean the juicer, I didn't have to put it back together, I was sold. I mean, like that was amazing to me. And I also want to touch on the gut health. I mean, that it's just so real, because I did go right into raw vegan January 1st, but once I started the Biomedic, everything changed. Like everything. It's, I felt so much better. My digestion was better. I mean, I had massive bags under my eyes for the past, I don't know, 10 years. And once I added that in, that started disappearing. Like that was just a huge, huge game changer. I think I touched on everything that I wanted to say. Yeah, I just wanted to share that.
Wow, thank you so much.
You're
Incredible.
welcome.
Amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
When you have bags under your eyes, it's usually because of iron deficiency or deficiencies. So when you have Biomedic in you, it makes sense because you're absorbing nutrients better. So yes, I noticed that as well for myself. That's amazing, amazing story, Amy.
Yeah, somehow she said like you don't need to care about what you eat during the day, and I think that really tells it in terms of you have your 4 pillars of health installed with these easy to take products that are really incredible in their quality and also bringing in that light in your body. And so you're really free to say, okay, now I have like this fruit or a couple of mangoes or something, and you're fine because you started with your gut health. You added in the master amino patterns, which, as Jared said, don't touch your body at all. You're not left with some acid ash. It just goes directly to your blood and does its work. Is available. These essential aminos are available to your whole body to build whatever your body needs to build. So yeah, for people that are thinking about, oh, I have like I want to build more muscle, or I also want to sustain muscle, or whatever is your project with your health, these are just so important. And then the flagship itself, like the green juice, is just incredible. I'm doing this for 2 years. It never gets old. It just tastes so good for me. And as you said, like the body is craving it. I really feel that. It's like on a cellular level, it's like, and my wife says it too. She says like, when we just run out of it once, it was like, my body wanted this, and this is so uncomfortable in terms of like, you should really be prepared and have this on smart order so you never miss out one single day. I would not believe this before, that this actually could happen. So yeah, great stuff.
Kevin has a question. Please unmute yourself.
Right, Kevin.
Yeah, I'd like to share a little bit about what happened with me, if that helps. I can relate 100% with what Jared was going through, living the standard American diet, eating that junk food every day. I don't know for sure if the fast food places knew my name because I was the drive-through kind of guy, and I was always driving through all the fast food places. But long story short, I was diagnosed with autoimmune disease at 25 because of eating like that, and I didn't know. And the medication was $4,000 a month. And I could not afford that. And so, I had to suffer for a little while, but eventually I was able to take the medication and it really, really destroyed my body and my immune system, leaving me to be incredibly sick. And I fell, I think I got a flu. I don't know for sure, exactly what it was, but it destroyed me. And I was sick for 3 weeks straight and I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do anything. And I was the type of person who was never sick. I used to say I have an iron stomach. That was like what I used to say. I could eat anything. And I did eat anything. I ate any animal. I ate anything. It was like, here's some alligator, here's some crickets, whatever. I was in China. I ate all kinds of weird things, duck neck, all kinds of crazy stuff. And so anyways, what happened was I got really, really sick, and I said, you know what, I need to get better. I was looking, Google searching, trying to figure out anything to get better. And I eventually went vegan. I found out, that could help. That within about a week, I got better, from the sickness, right? From like feeling sick, I started feeling better, had some improvements, but I still had, a lot of those bad habits and still eating a lot of the junk food. And it took me a while until I was actually interviewing someone on my podcast, and they had reversed their autoimmune disease through fruit. And I was like, whoa, what? Like, how, like, huh? And they recommended me the book Medical Medium. And so I read Medical Medium, and I still think it's amazing. And I love, all of his work. And I tried some of the stuff. I was doing the celery, and I bought a juicer, and I was doing the juicing, and I was buying a bunch of stuff from Amazon all over the place, and, shipping it. And I was living in Kuwait at the time. in the Middle East and shipping these things from who knows where, and I was paying who knows what. And at the time, I was making good money, so I was like, my health doesn't matter. I'm gonna pay whatever I need to pay for my health. That's all that matters. And I literally couldn't keep it up, and I still have some of those stuff on my shelf because it was really hard, and it really didn't taste good, and it was just not easy, you know. So anyways, you introduced this into my life at some point, and I tried it, and it was so good, and I felt so good, but I fell off, you know. And it wasn't until I went to Belize, and I was still suffering with my autoimmune disease. So yeah, I went vegan, and yeah, it helped a lot. But then when I was in Belize, seeing you and seeing everyone and meeting every single person and actually seeing people do it in person, there's a couple things that happened. One, I worked with someone that was a raw fruitarian for 7 years, and I did organic gardening with him for over the summer. We worked 4 months in the heat of the summer, you know, 100 degrees, and he ate only fruit the entire time. And at first I didn't believe it was possible. But when I worked with someone that was literally working just as hard as me, as physically hard, as physically demanding in the summer, carrying up soil bags, you know, that are like 80 pounds each, you know, up like many flights of stairs. We were working on tops of roofs. We were working for like people that are like really, really wealthy, you know, and want gardens in crazy places. And so that was the first time I actually saw a fruitarian that could like keep up and like actually keep it up. And I was like, whoa, I was amazed. So these combinations of things. Then when in Belize, I said, you know what? Everything that I've learned, everything that I've done, I'm gonna do this. I went fully raw, completely in December 2020, raw vegan, raw only fruit, and then obviously the Purium products as well, just completely. And I was finally able to reverse my autoimmune disease in 2020 through that. And since then, I've been living that lifestyle ever since. And so I can't thank you guys enough, you know, for what you're sharing and how important this message is for some people. And someone that's super lazy like me, you know, I don't even cook at all. Like I don't remember the last time I cooked because I don't like doing dishes. I hate doing dishes. I'm so lazy doing dishes. I still have a few spoons from just peanut butter in the sink because I'm that lazy. You know what I mean? Sometimes even my shaker bottle, I don't wash in time. And that's the easiest thing, right? So for someone that's super lazy and wants all these benefits and doesn't want all the work and all the cost, you know, like Amy was saying, less than $2.50 a day, $2.50. You know, like when I was buying the greens juice, like when I was getting lazy, it was like $14 a day. You know, it was $14 for some of these cold pressed juices, especially when I was in LA and wherever I was at, like it's even more some of these places. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share.
Amazing,
Thank
amazing.
you, Kevin.
Yeah, that's yeah. And when you say, I guess because it makes it so much, it just makes it so convenient. And I think that's really what you know, a lot of this lifestyle isn't people don't maintain it just because it's too hard, and this makes it just so accessible, and we can help so many people. So there's so many fruitarians out there, I know, inspiring so many people, but they're not giving them the tools for how they can do it as well.
Can I just say something
Yeah.
also that like sometimes the raw vegan communities online, the fruitarian communities, they seem to be a little exclusionary to people who are on their journey, people who just want to discover more information, and that's unfortunate. But you know, with Purium, we're very inclusive. We'll meet you where you're at, no matter where your diet is, and just get you started on the right track. You know, we don't judge or shame people. You know, even if you fall off, who cares? You know, as long as you're like ascending, it doesn't matter. It's not a straight journey. You deviate from that path. So
yeah, it's a
we're
journey
totally
for
fine.
all of us. Yeah. I didn't want to make this like a full hour. I was like going to make it hopefully a little shorter. But if anyone has anything like last they want to share, this would be a great time. Yes, Mary,
Yes. Yeah, like kind of quick. I just want to share like that I always been into green juice. Like I used to juice. I have been like raw vegan for 7 years, and honestly, like this has changed my life completely. Like this green juice makes me feel way better than my other green juice, and that's what I want to share because it's also, yes, it's convenient, but me, I'm looking for quality, and this, because I have a really sensitive body, like I know right away if something is good or not. And that's why I've been into this like raw vegan healing journey, because I wanted to feel my best. But once I tried a power shake, I literally felt like electricity in my body. And I was like, so feeling my best. Like, so I was convinced, and that's why I decided to share this with everyone, because I knew my sensitive body was like telling me the truth. So I wanted to share it with the world. Like, and that's why this should be like be taken by all raw vegan people. And I feel like raw vegan people sometimes they're like, oh no, I'm good, like with the way I eat my fruits, my veggies, and it's true. But once you add this, it's a total other thing. Like you're up level, like you're sorry, my first language is French, but your health is gonna just level up at to the next level. And that's why I wanted to share that with you guys. It's really important for me, for everyone to know.
Yes. Oh, Mary Michelle, you are such an inspiration. You've been.
Thank you.
So
I'm so grateful for you, Allison. So grateful.
So grateful for you. It's I don't know why I'm hearing interference, but I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, it is just so amazing to, you know, I've been following you for a long time and never also, you were one of the people living a lifestyle. I was like, wow, she's the next level. And just to be able to have this, hear your story, and we'll do another, I think, one of these calls where, you know, I want you to share your story, and maybe Amy Baker go deeper, and whoever else wants that has been like, you know, I see there's two more. Do we have time? Should we? Yeah. Okay. Let's go, Maggie.
Oh, hi. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. Yes, I just want to say the same thing as Marie-Michel, that I am very grateful to know that. And I just wanted to give an example, because now, like, my body is so sensitive as well. Like, I don't look my best this morning because I was sick. And like now I can only eat fruit and superfoods, like fruit and superfood. Like yesterday I had some cooked vegan food, and now I know that it's too much for me. So now I'm done with that. And last month I had a coffee and I got sick for the whole day. So I cannot eat any bad things anymore. Like, so I'm just very happy to be here. That's it.
Oh, I'm so happy that you are here and that you found this, and that it's, you know, this is such a, like, that is such a beautiful thing to only have around you, is just superfoods and fruit. And I'm so, like, you're so inspiring to me, Maggie. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for sharing. Lisa, please unmute yourself. Lisa, are you there?
Hi, sorry about that. I pushed the wrong button.
Okay.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hey, I wanted to add a part of my journey. Sorry, you can't see me very well. There we go. I wanted to say that not only did I grow up on the American Standard SAD diet, but I've been raw vegan for 2 years prior to finding Purium, and that changed my life. I lost 90 pounds without trying, really. Like, it was just, my body was so happy, and which changed my mental status. And then I found Purium because I was looking for an easier way, like Amy was saying about juicing every day, and like there was so much work, and I had to eat so many times a day to keep up the amount of calories, because it's not covered in anything. So it's just, you know, low calorie. So when I found Purium, I had depression. I was having panic attacks every day. And I will admit that I have eating disorders my whole life. So when I found Purium, I remember Amy saying that it would really take my panic attacks, you know, and my anxiety away. And I was like, sure, it's going to take that away. It did. I haven't had one panic attack, not one. I've had a little anxiety, but no panic attacks. And then what I wanted to say was, between being raw vegan and Purium, being that it's so simple, this makes me want to cry, but I'm not going to. My eating disorders just fell away. I didn't even try. They just fell away. The only thing I ever have to watch is if I have something really stressful and emotional, my brain is triggered to go, oh, I want you to eat a bunch of food. And then my body's like, no, don't do it, you know? So that was my little 2 cents I wanted to add in, because it's life-changing. It really is.
Wow, Lisa, that is
Thank you,
such an
everyone.
important story. That is amazing. And that is such an important story because eating disorders plague so many people. And your story should
Yeah.
absolutely, we need to share it far and wide. And your story is incredible. And thank you so much for sharing it with us today. That's
Thank
amazing.
you.
I'm so proud of you. And
Thank
I hope you inspire, you're sharing, and that's so amazing because this is something that it truly does. Gut health is mental health. And what we put in our body absolutely affects our mental health. And this makes it so easy. I keep saying, but yeah, it has also helped me with my mental health. So I'm grateful so much for that. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone, so much for being here. And we're going to have this up so you can share it. So thank you for being here today, Fabian and Sarah and Mary Michelle and Kevin and Lisa and Maggie and everyone who shared your story. And we will do another one of these soon. So thank you very much.
Appreciate you guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Get your fruit on.
Woo. All right. Have a good day, everyone.
Good day, everyone.